All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Brad and Kyle channel. Today we have a ball review. We're going to talk about this brand new Absolute, what it's all about. Stay tuned. All right, so we have this brand new Storm Absolute. As always, we have the new ball fever going on, and what they did was they took kind of a brand new core called the Sentinel. I do not believe it's been in another bowling ball. The idea has been made before by them. You know, they're always just kind of like tweaking stuff, but the core seems to be new, coupled with a cover called the R2S Deep. Now, this new R2S Deep cover is a cleaner version than the original R2S that they've put on a ton of bowling balls. Famously, the High Road, and the R2S has been like their daddy cover stock that they've came out with. So, newer version called the R2S Deep, a little cleaner, coupled with a pretty strong core. It is asymmetric. Now, Kyle, first thoughts. He hasn't drilled this yet, so we're actually going to see. He's going to put his thumb in this one, and we're going to see some shots. Even though what the span is.
Yeah, I don't really
short.
throw like asim pearl hybrid stuff pinned down, so that's cool. And I definitely don't have one.
So if you were to have a pearl or a hybrid asim, you would not drill a pin down.
No, mine would be like pin over the middle finger, somewhere up here.
Okay. So but you would want to not drill it to max flare. Basically, you're still looking for it to be somewhat not super strong.
Yeah, if I drill it for like max flare, they like get offline and they get really like jumpy, and I just don't like that.
Yeah, so same. Kind of similar idea. I go pin down with him. He goes a little bit farther away from his pap, so kind of similar idea. We tend to drill our really strong cores, not the strongest we could potentially drill. So anyway, we're gonna throw some shots, and then we're gonna compare it later on to a new Revenant that is out, and then we're gonna see.
Get to throw 2 new balls today?
See
Let's
how it
go.
does.
I'm not shooting.
All right, we've thrown some shots with the Absolute. Kyle, what do you think?
Well, I can definitely tell that if someone like me, it picks up a little strong. Like I can't quite get it to float like you can't.
Yeah.
It's the pattern one's a little beat up. It's just kind of broken down, whatever's out there. Something similar to what you would want to throw an Absolute on, probably.
Yeah, like, I guess it's not a pearl, it's technically a hybrid, but the not so strong covers with like strong cores, you see a lot with like RST2s, and you see a lot of balls within that spectrum of like strong but like kind of weaker covers. I love those personally because when that asymmetric shape's in play, but the really strong ones like the Gem or the Nova are too much, I'll just drill one of those to not flare a whole lot, and that'll allow me to kind of keep my angles a little more in front of me. Now he has a heavier roll than I do in the front part of the lane, so on a pattern, we always bowl on patterns that are kind of hard, so this one hooks a ton in the front. So for me, I would actually prefer the Absolute, but it's good that we're getting ready to compare it to a Revenant, because that's probably more so the ball that Kyle would choose, and it's a much different ball, much cleaner and weaker ball. So that's what we're gonna throw now, and we'll see the difference.
So much.
The front hooks so much on this pattern. It's actually really good we're bowling on it because it's great warm up.
Oh yeah, it's great. You haven't bowled in 5 months.
But the second you overhit it, it just does not go down the lane. But as you can see on the shots that we threw, the Revenant's much cleaner, much weaker. Now sometimes that can result in a little bit more hook because of how much cleaner the ball is, that when it sees that what we call friction, it likes to boomerang off of it, whereas a strong ball like the Absolute will actually go up sometimes a little bit more forward. A couple of the shots I threw the Revenant, you saw I just airmailed them. I mean, you know, you're thinking that, all right, it's gonna hook down lane, but with a pattern that hooks this much in the front, the cleaner cover, that's just gonna get the ball down the lane, and then there's no hook down lane.
Yeah, right.
So it doesn't matter which shape you're kind of throwing on this specific pattern. Down lane doesn't hook. And then for me, I would take the earlier, rollier one and kind of do a fluff, whereas he would take the Revenant, probably move left, and kind of give it the business.
Yeah, I'd like the Revenant probably whatever I was trying to do, because I would just get a little more forgiveness in the front part of the lane. With the Absolute, for me, it's just gonna pick up super early. So if if the lanes start breaking down, a ball like that, my ball just gets offline super fast. But the Revenant's gonna be a little cleaner through that spot. So 2 balls definitely can tell a big difference. The Revenant, weaker core, cleaner cover, you can definitely see that. And then Absolute's a little stronger.
All right, I hope that really detailed and explained what the Absolute is, and maybe what the difference between a ball like the Absolute and the Revenant is. The Absolute is a stronger core with a good blend. You know, I'd say a medium cover stock. It doesn't overhook, it doesn't underhook. Personally, I love balls like this because it allows you to keep that asymmetric in your hand without it overhooking.
And listen, this is the best time of year for the Brad and Kyle channel because tour's starting, baby.
Tour is starting.
Back on tour, so if you guys want to support us or follow along, subscribe to the channel, go to bradandkyle.com, check out our merch, or if you're interested in coaching, we got the Brad and Kyle membership. We'll be having a lot of deals coming up for the tour. So thanks for watching the video, and we'll see y'all later.